Well, Indonesia is set to follow in Australia's footsteps, announcing it will introduce a social media ban for children under 16. The ban will take effect at the end of the month and is expected to encompass platforms like YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. But with a population 10 times larger than Australia's, how will Indonesia enforce these rules? I spoke to ABC Indonesia journalist Natasha Salim a short time ago.
Yeah, so following Australia's footsteps, Indonesia is also working to implement a ban on social media for children under 16 years old. And the Ministry of Communications and Digital Affairs is doing this because they want to protect children from the negative risks there are on the internet, such as the risk of cyberbullying or online violence, scams, and also distractions that not helping them with their study or school. And this ban will take place on the 28th of March. And the platforms that are going to be impacted are considered high risk, such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, the streaming platform Bigo Live, and also Roblox.
Yes, and what had been the key concerns? I mean, you talked about addiction, negative exposure for children to explicit content. Was this problem existing, and was it a big problem in Indonesia?
Yeah, these things are the key factors. They're becoming the concerns for parents, especially in Indonesia. The things that you mentioned just now, Girish, such as the risk of pornographic content or online bullying and other things like scam, for example, like parents are really concerned about their kids being exposed to this.
Yes, and a lot of us know that, young Indonesians or Indonesians in general, they love social media, be it Instagram, TikTok or Facebook. How are those particularly below the age of 16 reacting to this ban?
Yeah, so the introduction to this ban is relatively new. So we haven't really seen at least comments on social media from children under 16 about this ban. But we have seen so many comments and thoughts from the parents in Indonesia. And they're actually divided on this because some parents think that this is a brilliant idea, because especially they're concerned about their children getting distracted and doom scrolling all the time, which is not helping their education. While some parents think that there should be more that the government can do to prevent kids from being stuck in social media, which, for example, like more parents' involvement and more education about social media.
So the question is, how will this ban be enforced for the under 16s, and will there be ways for them to circumvent it?
Yeah, so there hasn't been a lot of information about how the government will do this exactly and the technical aspects of it. But there has been criticism on this regulation, especially because many parents think that children can still find a way to create an account and fake their age, for example. So, yeah, there are many things that experts and parents think that kids still can do to avoid this regulation.
And Natasha, Indonesia did ban grok, for instance, because it had become a tool to so easily produce sexually explicit images on X. It was one of the first countries to do so. So is Indonesia emerging as a leader in tech regulation, at least in Southeast Asia, or does it run the risk of overregulation?
There is that risk of overregulation because there's been a criticism about how Indonesia should not implement a blanket regulation and instead should look at introducing regulations that are more targeted to the issues. But again, like this, the opinions on these regulations are still divided, and we're yet to see how this will be implemented. So I think only time will tell how it's going to go.
Okay, Natasha Salim from ABC Indonesia, many thanks for sharing your thoughts with us and shedding more light on this proposed ban on social media for under 16s. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Girish.